Man, it's so good to be here live. You know what I'm saying? Got my signal. Everything on my platform has its own signal. What's going on? But we about to do it. Oops. Sorry, Instagram. Do it. Put the live video down. There we go. What is up? Horrible. All right. So now, family, and let's get it the only way we know how to on Gye-Nyame. That's right.
Mr. Daddy.
Drink your water. Drink, 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 drink your water. Lift your glass and 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 drink your water. Drink, 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 drink. Drink, 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 drink. Take your breath and drink your water. Take your breath and drink your water. Take your breath and drink your water. Drink, 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 drink. Drink, 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 drink. Come on now. Move your body and drink your water. Move your body and drink some water. Move your body and drink some water. Move your body and drink some water. Drink, 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 drink. Drink, 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 drink. Glass and toast your ancestors. Now lift your glass and toast your ancestors. Now lift your glass and toast your ancestors. Now lift your glass and toast your ancestors. Drink, 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 drink. Drink, 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 drink. Lift your glass and drink your water. Take your breath and drink your water. Move your body and drink your water. Lift your glass and toast your ancestors. Drink, 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 drink. Drink, 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 drink. Hey fam, you know the rules. Get your water together, get your health drink together. We about to toast these ancestors. I know a lot of y'all still sleep. And it's cool. You catch this on the rerun. Drink, 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 drink. Drink, 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 drink. Get your water, drink it. successfully before the end of the song. I am pleasantly pleased to be here with you this early on Martin Luther King Day. I know I'm supposed to bring some honor ancestors in this book part. To bring the whole damn bag. So yesterday I had to do my sabiet, and cool. It was a nice experience. You know, I ain't gonna say. I mean, I speak all the time. You know, I speak to y'all. Sometimes I speak to myself. I'm just talking. That's what I do. I'm starting to see it in my kids. This is what I do. You know, I speak for a living. I had an opportunity to do the sabiet yesterday. Really, that came out to support me. I want to send shots out. I want to say Sister Vanessa. A few other people came out. I want people to know that I appreciate them for supporting the pieces. Like I said, man, I'm going to write an article and I'm going to attach, because I don't the video. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna attach what I put on Spreaker. I want y'all to be able to see it and see, you know, because it's also just to let you know what you think, what direction I should move in with that particular. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, the folk tales is a very, very big deal to me. One of the issues, but one of the things that people understand is that our lives based on stories. Right now, we are in a war. Story of Martin Luther King. Martin Luther King that they are giving you, the Martin Luther King that they received, King of Luther King of convenience, is the Martin Luther convenience to the American way. Is the Martin Luther King convenience. They don't want you to deal with Martin Luther King. You understand what I'm saying? They don't want you. They don't want you to look at and the reason. A lot of people. I mean, a lot of us get it twisted. He didn't get shot for thinking he got shot for a family. Martin Luther King, for what many of you may think that he got shot for, because it wasn't. I mean, because my belief is that when he moved, his thoughts, he became a real threat. And a lot of us, we think that it was because he wanted to be together. But the fact of the matter is, he died when he started fucking with the purse strings of America. And he started speaking out against American policy. See, I have a audio book. There's an audio book available of Martin Luther King's greatest speeches. You need to check out the speeches, especially the ones about the Vietnam War. You understand what I'm saying? And you be surprised for this man's story. Trying to fight for this man's story. To only see other people comfortable. You know what I'm saying? The communities are grabbing his image. and using his story and applying it to their struggle. And we have to stake our claim. Y'all can use them. We need. Say you're gonna pay what you owe. You know what I'm saying? I mean, this the only way that I can think about it. So, family, you know what I'm saying? Take some time and really for Martin Luther King's legacy. Really, what he left, what he did. I was listening to a sister talk about and the same, she mentioned Martin Luther King, and I had to kind of interrupt because I'm like, yo, I you know what I'm saying? I hear what you're saying, family, but let me break this down to you. What happened, fam? Great Umoja and MAK. Today is my birthday today, big brother. Brother Kwame, shouts out to Brother Kwame. It's Brother Kwame's birthday. What's going on, brother? Be birthday to you, Kwame. So, I heard and cowardice and how cowardly it was to have men to danger. I said, baby, I said, you really don't understand, because if you really Martin Luther King did, there's no way that you could talk about there being any cowardice marching with Martin Luther King. He trained on how they did. And I don't know too many thug ass niggas. I don't know too many gangsters, so-called. I don't know too many conscious people at this point in time with the shit that these individuals put up, because they could have fought back. About the courage that it took to do some of the shit that they did at the time that they did it. It's really easy to look back on that shit right now and be like, oh, that was, you know, I wouldn't have did that, because you don't have a heart. I had a heart to face the dogs. You don't have a heart to face possible unemployment. You don't have a heart to stand up for what you truly believe in. And any brother that has that commitment and could get other people, because I want y'all to understand, if Martin Luther King was able to get people to stand with him, peaceful mind state, abuse, do you not believe that them same individuals that followed him into, because that was literally going to a gunfight, that if he had requested it, do you not believe that a lot of those same individuals would have followed him into war? The amount of courage and the amount of training, the amount of dedication that it took to do what Martin Luther King trained them to do, cowardice should never flow from anybody's mouth about that man. Period. You don't have to agree with his methods. Can't put on his methods is cowardice. That's foolish enough to say something like that. Family, I'm just being all the way honest with you. Just don't agree, but don't sit up there and place cowardice that was doing this shit that he was doing. I know individuals that were supposedly hardcore revolutionaries to the heart that never got attacked by the police. Never got attacked by the police. police. Never stood up, but they were so-called hardcore revolutionaries. You know what I'm saying? Get the fuck up out of here. That was willing to put on. Today is unity. Today is Umoja, family. You know what I'm saying? So in a sense, I want to say great Umoja to you before I go off into my rant. I want to welcome you to Gye-Nyame Journey. See this? Like this time, girl. I want to welcome you to Gye-Nyame. Toasting, this is a Heart of a Simple production. Where we strive to blow old paradise. Now back to what I was saying. We have many people that have done absolutely no studies and judging him from other movements to take his legacy. You know what I'm saying? Like today, you're going to hear all types of how he thousands of quotes, and it's going to be for all types of movement where everybody is trying to take from you. People don't fight over cowardice. Claim a coward. You know what I'm saying? You know, miss me with that. And you know what I'm gonna start doing is fuck a spot in ignorance, especially when they have not even looked at the training. I mean, when we look at Martin Luther King, one of the things I had to do when I was looking at warrior training, right? Look at what Martin Luther King did. A minute. But I was able to understand that that was true warrior training, family. Do you know it is not to fight or fight or flight? I mean, do you really understand that? I mean, because fighting is natural. Fighting comes out urge. And you have to either you're gonna fight or you're gonna run when your life is in danger. Able to get people to believe in what you say by you setting an example and putting yourself in ease of the battle. Run for your shit. Because a lot of y'all have never been in situations where you had to be a warrior. You've been able to sit in movies and fantasize about what you would do. You have been on the outside of fights and been able to talk about what you would do. You have never been in the heat of battle, especially those that are looking at one of our ancestors, one of the most honored of our ancestors, and talk about cowardice. Say, want to commend you, bro, on to let us Saba yet believe the Phoenix is drinking alcohol, the rubber kind. I think I had one off. I kept it under 5, man. Hey, I mean, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, I'm just with the King there. I want to make sure that we are able to keep the narrative, and to be with the narrative. I mean, and not allow to run off and soil even our own people, run off and soil been understanding it. Talking about Martin Luther King that don't even try to understand it. You know what I'm saying? They always talking about what they would do or how they would do, or You know what I'm saying? You can't compare yourself. Family. You know what I'm saying? Too. I mean, you're not even as you ain't even on that level. Consider Amos Wilson's story of how one of the African peoples put their boys is not flinching size. Exactly. That is warrior training. See, because it's easy. But how long can you hold it? How long can you suffer? See, how long can you avoid temptation? How you stand there? That's manhood. That's warrior shit. A lot of y'all don't understand that, man. A lot of y'all just talk. Y'all just talk. You and it's amazing, man. The stuff that some of y'all believe. This man's legacy, they done flipped it around to a point where your mouth and start talking negative shit. And then see, and this is a whole nother piece as far as our history, right? Let's say I could never been in slavery because one of them would have lifted up a whip and they would have whooped my, I would have kicked their ass. And my whole question is, like, are you calling your own ancestors cowards? Grandfather and my great grandfather a coward? Or my great great grandfather? We got to be very careful with how we talk. You know what I'm saying? Some of us get a little bit too fly because we don't take into account that the shit that you saying that you would have did, you would have actually did that in that situation, shows that you are surely mistaken. These are people in that same situation that did nothing. You're following the crowd in most of the things you do. Guess what? So to look at it from the outside, 35, 45, 50 years outside of that, it's actually an act of cowardice. Those actions and look at somebody else taking actions and they talk about cowardice. To judge somebody, walked in their shoes when you have never studied their shit. See, many of us on the battlefield, because right now the battlefield is not out there. The battlefield is not us grabbing guns. The battlefield is in the pages of the books. It's inside of us. And many of us battlefield. Cowardice. So I want to point the finger of cowardice where it really belongs. Luther King or those that was truly involved with the movement. Because I'm telling you how hardcore Martin Luther King was. Motherfuckers away. If you couldn't do that they had prescribed, if you could not follow the battle strategy, you can't go. How many of us got movements that doing that right now? We just looking for bodies and shit. Bodies. A lot of us. Like, no, dude, if you can't come in and do what the fuck we do, and on top of that, do you know who was do you know who was one of the major forces that changed the whole battle? The kids. The hard-headed kids, the same ones that's giving me hell at my school right now, are the ones that pushed his movement. They came, they obeyed. They came, they learned. They came and they put in their lives children's march. As children that was listening to a different type of music that the parents didn't understand. See, because what we got to understand, family, is that in comfortable positions, but never start revolution, because that means they will have to become. The children are already uncomfortable. They're not satisfied with the status quo, so they're always moving outside of it. This is why one of my brothers asked a question. Rap bothers. He compared mumble rap to the new blues, and he says, "Why does it make the scholarly and the right? But it's always been young people's fire to find something new, even when we can't understand it. When it's time for the battle, because we don't in times of battle, that could follow orders and do what they're supposed to do. Exactly, like you say, to get the job accomplished, and it's young people that's going to do that. So really, when it comes to really looking at family, when it really comes, you really got to look and see our honor and ancestor. As a matter of fact, would learn to add a lot doing if we was to take time what he studied, because it's warrior shit. You know what I'm saying? It's warrior shit. I want you to check out, watch the movies. You like those war movies, right? You like Gladiator, where you had the scene went out into the arena for the first group, and it was a ragtag group. To rise up as the leader. Experience. Boom. Okay, good. I did this. I did that. I did boom, boom, boom. All right. They went out. He said, we need to stick together. And the first one that ran off, what happened when you run off on your own? Together, do, and then at the final part of that battle, stand. He said, hold. And the reason he had to say hold, because during battle, you is saying either run, but he was trying to get them to hold so that they could take advantage of a. Do you understand? Hold. Everything inside of them was like, damn, I better. I got the attack, or I got to run. Everything, but they was able to maintain it, and in a sense, training thing that Martin Luther King was doing out there. He was like, hold, because I want you to understand, he didn't take punks. Some of them was street dudes. Some of them was motherfuckers who fought their whole life to get what they had. Because they did not fight back, because that was the order. That was the order. That was Martin Luther King being like, hold. Now, the reason, well, brother, I tell him, why don't you do that now? Because I believe. I don't even know. And then, to be honest, I don't know if I have the courage to do that. All the way, keep it all the way real with you. I don't know if I had the courage to do that. You admit the same. And can when you're talking to your friends today, and get them to admit it. Nah, why? Because that's punk. Nah, motherfucker, because you a coward. Because you just be honest. You know what I'm saying? You talk about, you know what I'm saying? You know, I bust a gun from my friend. Which your friend asked you take an ass kicking. I want you to understand the depths of the boldness, the depths of the courage that it took to do that shit. You have to go home and lick your wounds and come do the shit again. And do the shit again. Stabbed close to your heart, woman. Of course. Misguided to you, family. His movement, right, was able to inspire from his people was an example of unity. It was a massive move of Umoja in motion. You want to see Umoja? Look at that shit. Stand, family. Go to order. All right, you go to 300. Oh, now. But we done lost the strategies of the old way. I think that it's the wisest action to want to strike exactly when it might not be to our advantage. Speak, it would be strategically advanced to retreat. Don't know how to follow orders. And because we lost discipline, Brother Kwame, T falls. Doing the same thing. Simply we ain't lose it. Gave it up. Convenient. It's inconvenient for me of me to have to get up because one of my elders called. You know what I'm saying? You remember the early morning calls from Nomo, if he even had to call you. When he was short and he looked around, he ain't see my black ass, he get on the phone. I should have never got this. I should have never got this goddamn cell phone because I had to look at shit. Oh my God. Sleep. What do you think? I'm asleep. Oh, okay. All right. Yes, sir. We lost that shit. Well, we ain't lose it. It's inconvenient to answer, to hold your tongue. It's inconvenient. Inconvenience you. Going to Amos Wilson, because I told you I was going to share some Amos Wilson. We kind of shared this one. What is culture? Your knowledge of song and dance, the way we dress and behave. That's very superficial. I used this one yesterday. It's an intellectual system. It's a system control. Psychic system which subjects impulses and stuff to the examination and subjects impulses and desires to evaluation in terms of long-term goals. In here, he says, is mastery over impulses. Brother Kwame says, when you was being initiated, right? Because a lot of y'all be talking this shit, right? And other men grab your dick, excuse my language, ladies and gentlemen, they would do. And they would take and they would circumcise you. They would circumcise you. This is not just the Sambaru people. This is, because in other ones, they would pull a goddamn tooth out. Like my tooth missing here, they would pull your tooth out, your face, around your feet, and make you jump off a mountain, off a cliff. This is before bungee cord jumping. You had to, and you allowed to flinch. Was even deeper about this because Martin Luther King, you could have not listened to him and went back to your community and been accepted. Traditional society, the order of society, and you flinched, kicked out, lay shit. You and that sorry ass bloodline, get the fuck up out the village. Get out. We could fail. We could cry. We could do whatever we want to do, right? Because it's freedom. Has disconnected us from who we really are. Because we weren't allowed to do whatever the fuck we wanted to do. That's not a matter of fact. That's the only people that are able to do everything that they want to do. In all actuality, family, I need y'all to think about this shit. It's slaves. Slaves can do what they want to do. As long as they work on time, as long as they do what they're supposed to do, they got the free time to do whatever the fuck they want to. You never get free time. These motherfuckers doing. I got to always monitor. When you a master, you do not get no motherfucking free time. You don't get no vacation. Slaves. Understand that shit. You understand? We got false. We got false is being thrown before us that we think because Jay-Z and Beyonce have a certain lifestyle and shit that all of us are supposed to do that shit, and that's the way you're supposed to live life. Think that you got to be able to go out and buy the most expensive shit. Being a master is about, that's what being free is about. No, free means that you have the ability to do, but you have the control not to. In long range, you're able to take your focus from right here, right now, the temporary pain of the moment. You're able to take your mind away from here and see the greater strategy, and you're able to plug that in to not only your destiny, but the destiny of your family and the destiny of your people. We talk about Martin Luther King. Martin Luther King wasn't focusing on that moment. That's where a lot of y'all get fucked up. The reason that they were able to stand there and do this shit was because we still had a sense. We still had a sense of responsibility to future generations, family. That shit. That shit. Y'all don't even care to understand that shit. That's too manly. That's too womanly for you. Right? You have been convinced, and means that you can do what the fuck you want to do. That's not me. That's slavery, because everything that you have been taught that you are supposed, that you should be able to do, only finance is your enemy. What you're supposed to do. Because we have been disconnected from our culture. You know, so everything that you think that you are supposed to do. When you think you're supposed to go out and buy the big body foreign car, nigga, that don't finance you. That don't take care of your children. When you think you're supposed to go out there and get the best and biggest house, when you think that you're supposed to just move out and live on your own, when you think you're supposed to get the best shoes, none of that money, none of it, all of it is going to finance those that don't give a fuck about you. Because we done lost what it means to be a man. We done lost what it means to be a woman. Yeah, physically, we got the physically we could take physically we could get up every morning and take the pain to do. But can we take the emotional pain and the mental pain of controlling? Can we look at children rather than looking at presently? Can you seriously take upon your heart, family? I need you to understand, man, I'm not playing. When we toast ancestors, they up in here, and we make a pledge every morning, and we talk about the 3 states of time, the past, the present, and the future, and we talk about our responsibility to the future. I'm not playing with that. We got motherfuckers out here playing with legacy. We got people playing. We got individuals out here playing, and they sitting up here. We are in a fucking war, and a lot of people don't even realize it. Like, boom, look, you're trying to tell them, family, listen, it's bigger as being able to get those shoes. But I'm not mad at you because it's not your fault. You fail because you have to fail. It was programmed to fail. Balance the programming yet. Don't have the discipline plug. And a lot in the plug. And that's cool, family. I don't want nobody to think it is. No, I am mad, goddamn it. I mean, we don't even understand. We don't even understand. Nobody is playing with us. Nobody is playing with us. Nobody. And we think, I'm saying, us being able to rhyme and being able to entertain other people. We haven't disciplined. Let me say that again. See, all the complicated definition. But for me, this right here, to us, really evaluate the life lesson someone like Malcolm X, because I hear a lot of you motherfuckers wanting to quote Malcolm X, don't even have the stamina to do the shit. You know what I'm saying? You hear the message and you get excited, and that's it. Does not reflect the fact, actually, you a fan, but you gotta understand this, man. I don't like fans. You can't do shit with fans. You can't do nothing but get money off of fans. That's it. My mother told me we need soldiers. So I went out and got soldiers. Is what I do for normal, do it for me now. I was just talking to some of them the other day because one of the issues was like, because now to this definition, you train. How do you do that? Let's go back. We're going to read from the beginning. I want y'all to listen. Culture is not merely a knowledge of song and dance. Behave. That's very superficial. thinking. It is an intellectual system of self-control, psychic system with subjects and stuff to examination, where impulses and desires to evaluations in term goals. Well, like this, where I want to go, up at this time. Let me delay gratification. Without culture, people whose very self-definition, and listen, I'm mad at a lot of you. Without culture, self-definition is not in line with those values. It's not your fault. I've been exposed to our social goals. Most of you don't have transcendent values. It's not your fault. It's not your fault. After this, it will be. What transcendent values do you have? And what does transcendent mean? It means it goes beyond this world. In the moment, it transcends. It moves above. It goes beyond. It goes deep. It goes high. Transcendent principles. What is it? Violate. What is it that you will not cross? What is it? Damn, delayed gratification has inundated us and we have succumbed. Let me delay gratification. People whose very self-definition is not in line with long-term social goals and transcendent values are people who have no reason for shopping, own, deal. Give themselves a reason. What have I got to lose? He can't give himself a reason. Not to stay stuck. Gives them a reason. It gives him or her a long-term goal, and it gives him a comparative system. Compare where you are, or to compare where you are right now to possibly where the vision that you have painted in your head, and then also take that vision and fit it in to the group, so that me and Kwame will be somewhere chilling. We got the vision. It's similar enough alike, whereby him doing what he's doing, and me doing what I'm doing, the culture is going to elevate us to where we need to be. Rosa, and doing an early morning show in person, somewhere where we handling business, somewhere preferably without mosquitoes. Just saying. This is not compatible with the way I want to go. Or take me off my path. I will lose my honor and so forth. I go this way. This is not compatible with the survival of my people, with taking care of my family. This is not compatible for producing for my group and so forth. But I'm going to forsake it. How do you do that? And how do you do that? You train the young boy to resist temptation. You train him to master his impulse. You train him and make him, man, is the master of impulses. For manhood. You know what I'm saying? And you master impulse. Him know it is the mastery of is erratic behavior, but a mastery as well. A mastery of systems. That is what manhood, why manhood and competence are related in a very definite sort of way. Competent and efficient. If you think manhood only applies where life is harsh or where patriarchal differences between you are not correct in that regard. Almost the act of self-denial, the boy enacts a personal transformation to giver of sustenance. For the Samba rule contains also the idea, how you gonna, idea of manhood about the individual. It was always about the group. I am a representative. I belong to a group. I belong to a family. When you dishonor that group or you dishonor that family, you dishonor me. This prevalent in that. Where is this at? This is involved, and because it's young people going off doing their own thing rather than them being trained to understand that young people always gonna go off and do their own thing. What we have to be able to do is to control the peer group responsible to the community, to our tribe. We got to put ourselves in where the boys want to come up and take our place. Y'all get that? We got to make what we are doing so attractive that the young boys place. Me? Dude. Homo as a model. Also, see, now, business. Homo was an excellent model. Dr. Kelsey was the shit. Only at that point in time in my life, Dr. Kelsey not only was taking care of his kids and sending them through college, Dr. Kelsey made sure I had a job so that I was able to finish college. And that was his main, listen, you're going to finish college. You got paid late, you know what I'm saying? And the motivating words to keep me going. I had models, family. I wanted to be able to step up this position like that. Yeah, and something like no, I wanted to combine it. See, because I just didn't have to have one model, family, and I kept running into other individuals that were successful in their life. There were elders that took me up under their wing, and I'm looking at the shit. I'm like, oh, I could do this. Oh, to be like them, and I wanted to place where, at least in this community, some young person is looking and say, Mr. Brown, or Brother Tim, I want to be in your position. But I need them to understand that to be in my position, you got to be a family man. You can't be rich if you're not a family man. You can't nation build family man. You can't have my position if you're not a family man. It's bigger than the idea of family that they have implanted in you, because the idea of family that they have implanted in you, their system. See, because a lot of us don't understand family. Listen, broke, right? Not because we go on spending, because that's probably about 25-30% of us. So broke because we're helping others. My story. That's my narrative. Black folks, because we don't have an inheritance coming to us from any direction. Our people believe that when they die, they're done. System, which works for their system. The way that they pass well from one generation to another is that when they pass, I'm passing the house down. I have money in the bank. I'm passing that money down. I have an insurance policy. I'm passing that down because they understand that in order to maintain what they have to equip their children. Part of they're passing the baton. Baton is when we actually doing some goddamn track. These motherfuckers running track in life. How many of us have fumbled the goddamn baton? My grandfather, where he passed was ties. Kids is gonna be more. He passed me nothing. My grandfather passed me ties. Now, what I have to do is take my grandfather gave me and what my father gave me and multiply it and multiply those small ties and the ideas that was placed in my head and generate something so that when I pass on, that my children do not walk away from me empty-handed with a legacy and with an idea that they are going to have to fulfill certain things. Like family. But then we need to start implanting in our young people and as well as in our heads that we have to pass something, go. Around that for our man, he told us, they said, well, what if you're, what you believe? If he don't come, what I'm doing right here was providing with all the conveniences of life. And my children not involved in it. See, family, at a certain point in time, brave and bold enough to talk about letting people go. You ever camp in tundra like day? But I'm gonna have to eventually. Happen. If it is to be, it's up to me. And that's what my left me with. That's what my ancestors left. You know what I'm saying? It's like, boom, I gotta make it happen. So a lot of y'all think just talking and toasting and shit. No. I hate myself. And I'm building a small circle. I got my daily toasters out there. Daily. And they getting the message. When it's warm and we're able to go camping, we're able to, you know, and I might not be able to do the toast on that day because I'm going to be actually doing the toast. Or we're going to actually be pouring life. I was able to sit up all night, was able to talk. Matter of fact, one of the things that I'm going to put together for this summer, because Cleve birthday is going to be 13 years old. So Cleve request. He's going to have to seek a vision. Happen. I want him to do it twice because we're going to do it with us, and then they'll make it family where he get the sweat lodge and all that. You know what I'm saying? But Woods by itself. He's going to have to expose himself to the elements, to the possible animals out there. He's going to have to expose himself. And he's going to have to face his fear. And he'll have to learn how to fight the impulse to get up and run. And call for his mom. And he's going to have to sit out there. And we're going to see how many true friends he got. Because when he go through it, some of them could go through it. Let's see how many going to go out there with him. And whether he by himself or not. How many of them going to stay? Because, you know, when it start getting dark, change. Trust me, I've been out there. Brother Kwame say, and on the Vita, and I present this morning. You right. You right. So after I get off, the day before that too. You know, family. I got 28 seconds remaining on. Well, you know what I'm saying? But keep it where it is. If you out there, man, shots out. For within the 24 hours, up the numbers, and then I'll come back. Just keep on doing it because you know it took me some time. Oh yeah, she was. Matter of fact, brother Kwame. Go to TV show. But we're gonna check on one of our hosters. See what's going with her. Oh, I can't do it because I ain't got it. Oh, my can't do it through here, bro. So I'm gonna do that because you concerned. So I'm gonna be the, and we're gonna send her a message. All right. Actually, I'll just call her after we get off. Right off. After this, a lot of people got them bugs, but you know, that water, that breath. Check out my video on the Ashe breath so that you can fight through. But we need to do this toast because I've been running my mouth. Oh, now let me see. Spreaker usually tells me. Been running my mouth for in 2 minutes. You know what I'm saying? I ain't no problem with doing it. But, you know, the piece is I just wanted to make sure we had the proper idea. Nelson, Amos Wilson. Got another one of his books in here. Y'all know I got a couple of his books. This is called one of the coldest that ever did it. One of the most underrated. You know what I'm saying? I know a lot of y'all, a lot of us got favors randomly. Let's see. Just picked up a book, random book. Amos Wilson, African Consciousness, Eurocentric History, Psychiatry, White Supremacy. 40. On the page because it comes from a continuation or other one. When we suffer from social amnesia, we identify with abstractions. I am a human being. I am an American. Abstract identity. To it, the less we see of it. Recognize that it has no meaning. What is that? What does it stand for? It's empty, and people who identify themselves with these abstractions are also empty and experience their lives as empty, as people who have no feelings. They identify with the abstraction so as to escape feelings, detached and cut off from themselves as persons. They're people. In fact, they use their own abstract identity to escape the responsibility to their own people and escape the pain and struggle that happens today to be part of our situation. We see that shit going on all the time with a lot of these, with a lot of these make-believe that motherfuckers got that they use to escape into another world. You know what I'm saying? They're not African. They're everything but African. And y'all know what the fuck I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, I'm not trying to offend nobody, but the whole piece is, family, we need to come up off some of these goddamn illusions. Amnesia. Guys, and I understand. I'm just here to shake your ass up and throw some cold water and slap you in your goddamn face. We are black people. Now, yeah, there may be other mixtures in there, but you know, like I said, this is really what's going to separate the wheat from the chaff. You ready? They start When we finally been going on, a lot of y'all don't understand reparations thing, and a major place that is coming out from, Brother Kwame, a 2 million member Black church congregation, the nation, denomination, are also for the Black folks. And this, you know what I'm saying, I'm gonna be reminding my Hebrews, I'm gonna be reminding my Moors, I'm gonna be reminding them as we're making these demands and the money start coming that are not, you know what I'm saying, descendants of those who came over here as captives. I'm gonna be reminding motherfuckers, no, don't take it off. Native American brother, don't come get this goddamn, don't come get this money. You know what I'm saying? Stay over there. I'm just being honest. I don't think, but people were simply ignorant of him and his work, except through the Black. You know what I'm saying? Shit, dude. I honestly think I don't hear a lot of people quoting his ass. You know, because it's like, you know, now, I mean, you know, and then on top of that, I have to agree with you. You're right, because in a sense, in many ways, he might have been ahead of his time. He might have been ahead of his time. So let's go and do this toast. Enough. I want to thank you for sticking in there. One of my daily toasts. There's somebody else out there. Throw up a thumb so I know who it is. Those that come out. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate you. You know what I'm saying? And building the movement, family. And want to get the ancestors on the list or want more information about Gye-Nyame journey, to call 614-1875. Number. Feel free to text me. If you want to get your ancestors on the Daily Toast, just text hashtag Daily Toast. And the rest, I'll make sure you get what you need to do, what you need to get. Let me know which ancestors to put on there, depending on what you listen to and who you read. I believe you. Exactly. Context is everything. You're right. Also, remember, family, the 21-day challenge. Just later, 21-day challenge. After this month. So go and sign up and get all the free stuff that's coming to it. And make sure you check your spam folder, because I'll be sending stuff. So I'm thinking going to people's spam folders, because like it's a couple of books, well, at least one book everybody get out of there. And it's not my book actually, but it's, I'm trying to make sure everybody get their hands on this. So when you sign up for it, make sure you check your spam folder. But I'm gonna be charging $30 for every time in 1-day challenge. So you know what I'm saying? Because it's money. Thus, some of us have more exposure to Amos Wilson than most. You're right. And then it's like, I mean, that's part of the initiation, I guess, right? That's part of the initiation. Amos is somebody. Amos definitely ain't baby food. You don't need to start off with him. But you know, today, family, we are on Umoja. Those that don't speak the language, I will about 63 push-ups already, Kwame. I will knock those out today too. The meiotic principle of the day is truth, solid. The Hermetic law, which I had that discussion Actually, I'm thinking making part of the process what we do is that an individual has and it's worth. And they could do it both in reading form. It's quite impactful when you really start get into what he's saying. The line's open, so just in case conversation on the line, because there's somebody else out there. I don't know if it's you. Actually, I'm gonna send 614. All right, get done toasting. Come here and run their mouth. For other people to run their mouth on the Gye-Nyame journey. I'm gonna boom, put that up. So hashtag where people are not familiar with our names for a day, the meaning and their respective namesake, well, catch up. How far as the initiation type thing, we got plenty, so much information. I mean, it's just ridiculous, man. I wrote 2 books on that shit. Especially that I put together. You know what I'm saying? Players Pyramid is a process. The Gye-Nyame journey gave 2 copies to the elders. Handbook type training, right? And then also the Gye-Nyame journey, one where I do the Proverbs tribal quotes book. Is that? Let's see. On Facebook, well, y'all getting whacked. All right, call in. I want to put the text thing on there. On the side, but yeah. So you want to do? Well, I mean, we could request that you want to do a Sabayet on names. I could dig that. Call in. Oh, here we go. Hashtag Daily Toast. 2, 4. Hey, guess who on the line, brother? Was gonna make me call you, girl, because he was concerned. Sick. You know what I'm saying? He might have been crying on the other end of this goddamn line, man. We don't do that shit. We don't stop all that goddamn crying. I'm gonna check on her. Me on it, girl. Welcome, Sister Navita. Been running my mouth. Hey, I ain't even did the toast yet. Wilson and Martin Luther King and Hood and you know, I talked about everything but the Sabayet I did yesterday. But I am going to finish an article today and post it up on my blog. If any of y'all know I'm looking for writers, anybody that have anything they want to share with the community, because I want to journey. I want it to be a news outlet. I want it to be where we able to give people the information. I'm saying, so if people sharing stuff, articles, I don't mind, we could trade. You know what I'm saying? Because I got, I've been doing this shit for so long. I've been writing on my blog, video shows, because I've been doing this. I've been doing this as far as podcasting and shit like this. In some form of fashion. Since I was going on stage. Since I was going on stage for Juneteenth. That's how long ago that shit was. I mean, this is like 15 years or something like that. Finding ways to do this. Try to punk me now about this crying and stuff. There's just a time for that has not made her personal presence known. About my push-ups all the time, man. Yeah. Come on now. Hey. There was a genuine concern. You have reported that you were sick. Everything. And that's what family is for. You know what I'm saying? With the sister Navita about you last night. You talking about Elder Robert? Her name. Navita. Her name. Today is a day of unity. The color is violet. Hermetic law is mentalism. Out of war. Gonna show me how to pronounce it again. So, I mean, as a collective, we're gonna have to talk about taxes. Being honest, family, we'll have to sit down and really have a discussion, at least here in Columbus. You know what I'm saying? Well, I mean, because if we're given to, thank you. That's how you say the female name, Ajua. About building pockets. That's where your worship goes. See, you know what I'm saying? I'm about to put them on my regular piece. And for those people who help continue community, the PayPal is still open. So we're taking donations early for Kwanzaa still. That's what I said, man. See, now I got on you about the Navita thing. Now you rubbing it in about this Ajua, man. Manhood is what he say. Man, hey, man. Hey, Miss Wilson say about a brother that just keep on across. Coaches. There are a number of means by which we seek to resolve certain contradictions in our lives. We may excuse them by saying that the circumstances which have determined our lives, is in our lives, are beyond our control. Is other people who are totally responsible we are in, and therefore we have no control over it. To a degree, true, lead us to some other psychological problems in the individual. It can lead to the possibility that becomes apathetic, gives up, and resigns from life. damn, gives up trying and begins to believe that he or she is powerless. I hate to say it, but that sounds like the ogeny effect. Respect to the ancestor. Resignation and the apathy of too many of our people are part of the means by which the system maintains itself. Trusting each other, the fear of coming together and solving our problems together, that it is just not in us to unite and solve our problems and overcome. Of European imperialism itself becomes a part of the problem and helps to maintain the system. Deal with the discrepancies between they can achieve and our failure to achieve by lowering by into a lesser place that the society reserves for them. Others try to inflate their achievements, personalities. Of us along the highway and the byways being very boastful, being very egocentric, bragging a great deal, pumping even small achievements up. We see it even in the nationalist community that buries itself in the great history of Egypt and the great empires of Africa. Stoicism that has developed in this community as a means of not confronting reality. Their lives in history and dig among the pyramids of Egypt and dig among the lost kingdoms of Mali and Songhai, and who build themselves a false pride and pump themselves up about the achievements of our history, arrows of the current reality, and prepare themselves for the future, who make us feel good and pump us up and glow about our great past and does not deal and does not educate in terms of coping with the future and does not adequately prepare us to remove the Europeans from power, to remove these insane people who are about to destroy the earth and life itself, is functioning of the status quo. We'll holler about the devilishness of the white man, the evilness of the white man, and leave it at that, still are not necessarily performing a full service to our people. Other things involved. We see then many individuals throwing up their minor accomplishments as a means of ignoring their situation. God damn. Kwame, but I have to, and I know you had conversations with him, and I feel you on that. But listen, after talking with him, to go and I would have to go. You know what I'm saying? Because I'd be like, yo, well, Elder, at first, you know what I'm saying? Because he wouldn't even let you talk to him for a while. You know what I'm saying? It took a long time for him to break down the barrier where I could even approach him. I'd be like, well, I hear you. What is dealing with it? I asked him one time, he said, I ain't no plan. Oh, dude, I can't. But happen, and that's what I got to do. Got to make it happen. Shit, Amos, man. I just opened the book and said, let me read. I'm like, God damn. Said it was all caught up. And like I said, we caught up in fantasies. Deal with the right now. You know what I'm saying? Are we collecting the monies? You know what I'm saying? Because because this summer, man, I would love to be able to do a camping trip, because but we got enough equipment to house about 80 people. Because the weather probably done our big tents shit. Because we got caught up. I don't know if y'all remember, it was a summer storm one, and we just happen to be out in the woods. I mean, y'all need to come home and no, fuck that. You know what I'm saying? My kids, this is an adventure that my kids could talk about. My kids could talk about that they was outside first rainstorms and lightning storms. You know what I'm saying? And was able to make it through the night. And then when I talk to them, I'll be like, yo, tent flooded. So people, they look at them and say, well, how did y'all sleep? We just slept in the water. How else was we supposed to sleep? That's some warrior shit. I mean, well, why do you go to another tent? Because going to another tent would have just basically been me running out in the rain, getting wet, and opening somebody else's tent and flooding the tent. They suffered. And they suffered together. And they got that story to share forever. And they got it through us. I'm just saying, as adults, we got to do that. You know what I'm saying? Come out, but you know, we could find a campground with some of the elders to stay in cabins and come down and chill with us during the day. I am saying that you cannot be a punk when speaking with him. And yes, it's up to, if his generation had the answer, be in the mess we are in right now. So we must increase our territories figuratively, and salute you, nation builder, because you're absolutely right. He had a responsibility. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, yeah, you right. So why don't you just you the older brother on here, just say shut up. Just tell me to shut up. Shut up. Shouldn't talk about the answer. Just say shut up. You my older brother. I could take that. Remember at the beginning, I was talking about being able to follow order. All right? Shit. Believe me. We must keep in mind, Sankofa practice that I forgot you my big sister too. Birthday too. You know, today is Kwame's birthday, by the way. You know, so, you know, just letting you know. I know you probably already know that. So his virtues for the day, from the emotional emancipation circle, African center culture virtue and values, in Wolof, Ranga, a sense of hospitality, ethics, truth. Yoruba is suru, patience. Recall the storytelling process we experienced yesterday under your auspices in order to sharpen our faces as they and we say. They and we say to sharpen. I feel you. I feel you. I hear you. You know what I'm saying? So I'm really looking forward to the divine conversations and listening to some of the stories for those forums, so we could fill them out on each individual story and have a discussion. But you know, I'm glad people enjoyed it. So we're gonna lift up our glasses. Ancestors into the room. We're gonna call. Is grateful to be able to commune. Like I said, because I call those people that tune in on a regular basis. Welcome to being a daily toaster, Mr. Vita. I'm thinking about getting some t-shirts made. You know, something like that. I don't know. I'm gonna come up with something fly. A couple of Indicra symbols on that. Those to my ancestors on, you know, just regularly. You know what I'm saying? You know, I don't know. We call on the creator by our name. We choose to call that creator. We call that great force in. We call it, even though we know that it's already all around us. We know that it's already within us. We know that it's, we can't escape it no matter where we go, even in what called hell, even in the depths of hell. That presence is there. That presence is there. And today is our ability to recognize it, to become conscious of it, and to begin to work that force within our lives and then within the lives of those around. We call on that force and we recognize that force and we see it in everything around us, even in this uncomfortable weather, even through some of our sicknesses, you know what I'm saying, even through some of our pains. Recognize the creative force in there of us learning the language. Up our glass and we say, I shade from their family. We move on to our personal ancestors and we call these ancestors and we ask them to work through us, and we ask them to touch our hearts, and we ask them to touch our minds, we ask them to touch our spirit, we ask them to move our emotion to our bodies. We ask them for their presence along our personal ancestors, because that's what this time is for. I start off with mine. Miss Ann Robert and my Aunt Hazel. Her time period is past, so Miles Brown, Ms. Ann, Robert and Texas, Davis, Herman Brown Sr., Rosalie Tilly, George and William Walton, Chris and Fanny Gasson, Aunt Lena, Uncle Chris, Aunt Fiend, Cleveland and Geneva Brown, Ellis, Cecil Ellis, Alvaro Brown, Gina Gaines, Herman Brown II, Wash Ellis Jr., Katie Ellis, Nikki Ellis, Ryan Tappan, John Fallard, Montague Pittman L., Ryan Watts, Kaniko Parsons, Sapet Mara, Malika Fakur, Dr. Marianne Williams, Kojo Kamal, Elder Farmer, Elder Millie Dixon, Tony Clark. I told the story about yesterday. Pastor Yusef Weston, Elder Ajani, Elder Ron Coleman, Elder Robert Donaldson, Alfred Brofro Ector Jr., J. Edwards, Carlisle Harris, Grace Lundy, Inez Harris, William Bill Moss, and Lucy Wright, the Luxor brothers, Mr. Edith Brooks Crawley, Miss Marie Nelson, Mr. Frederick Crawley Sr., Miss Jerry Brunson, Miss Marie McDowell, Charles Jordan, Carol Smith, Walter Smith, Richard Triggs, Francis Johnson, Mary Franklin, Daniel Ford, George Gibson, Inez McCrae, Justice, Katie Justice, Derek Randleman, Reverend James Smith, Lois Henderson, Elizabeth Walker, Sarah Jane Carter, Kellen D. Russell, Susan B. Smith, Teresa Clay, Melvin Dale Hodge Jr., Herman Copeland, Jenny Clay, Bird Beatty, Sarah Ware, Levita Farmer, Argosa Sue, Aunt Charmaine, Aunt Evelyn, Theolis Hasbury, Harvey Hasbury Sr., T.C. Islam, Terrell Dunbar, Will Thomas, Sarah Berry, Mark Walsh, Pearl G. Thornton, Jim Carter, Joanne Thornton, Juanita Wright, Robert Wright, George Wright, Mary Eliza, May Esther, Linda Watson Hammond, Jarrell Giles, Watson, Alvin Lewis, Andrew Holmes, Pearl Moyer, Mildred Owens, Booker T. Bolden, Charlie Hunt, Sammy Stober, Hilda Pearson, Richard Thornton, Ben Bankster, Mary Moss, Ophelia Peacock, Willie Thornton, Napoleon Kendi, Mark Ramsey, Paul Ramsey, Matt Ramsey, David Ramsey, Frankie Quails, Urania Thornton, Bernice Quails, Ernestine Jackson, Mormon, Leon Johnson, Charles Bell, Vivian Ramsey, Essie Johnson, Dorita Johnson, Leon Johnson, James W. West Sr., James Parham, Dana Jones, Henry Wells, James Farmer, Mary Chavez, Leon Gross, Eddie Levester, Mary Moreland, Paul Moreland, Elder Caleb, Rosemary Martinier, Elder Imhotep Wellman, Sr., Thelma Triggs, Thomas and Lula Berry, Lacey Howe, Frank and Lewis Russell and Davis, Fred Douglas Triggs II, Vina Triggs, Fuller, Eugene Jackson Sr., Richard Ellis, Silas Alexander, Charles Maxwell, Arthur Reynolds, Ricky Lockhart, William Lockhart, Woodrow Lockhart, Brenda Parker, Deacon Hargrove, Carla Sawyer, Andrew Parker, Doris Donald. We lift up our glasses, family. Ashe. Now we move to the present moment in which all of our power and all of our consciousness is focused, where we draw upon the past or the stories or the history tomorrow in past. We don't get caught up in the past. We draw from the past so that we could use that energy to forge our way, to light the way. We lift up our glass to this present moment and we say, from this moment, we move to our future generation. We toast our children. We toast our children's children. We toast, we understand that we are responsible for our children's children. And like yesterday, family, we were responsible for the stories that we leave them. We leave them, even if we got to make it up. I know that sounds just dishonest. Tyleese Ladybug Watson, how you doing today? I heard Jerry Doyle. Oh, okay. Jerry Doyle and Amina Robinson. I have to put those on the list. I'm still reading from my old list, bro. Like I said, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna have to put that on there. Like I said, I'll update it. It'll be updated soon. Thank you for letting me know. Our glass, and we toast our children. Reading stories now about the stories they're gonna tell about our interactions. They're gonna tell about us, how we was able to raise funds or how we wasn't able to raise funds. We lift up our glass, we toast, you know, our children and our children's children onto infinity, because of that family. We need to remember that family. We move and we toast our relations, right? Two-legged, the four-legged, the wing, and the fin. We salute all of the elements. Elements. 5 elements. 7 directions. To all our relations, we say Ashe. From there, we move on. Each and every last one of you, I toast my daily toasters. And we doing our thing every day, right? And the more of us do it, the more powerful the unity gonna become within our community. Because I honestly believe to hold on, the putting and holding our struggle together, those whose shoulder we stand upon. You know what I'm saying? It's those that nobody else would know but you. Our bloodline. Our bloodline is worthy of praise. Our bloodline is worthy of being lifted up. You know what I'm saying? From our bloodline is going to come the next legends. Up, I say, we wish you peace, power, joy. And I pray that your day will be as beautiful as you are. What y'all want to talk about? What y'all want to talk about? Let's talk about some stuff. Navita, I know you got something good because you got hey, Brother Kwame, did you know that Navita was a numbers lady? On me yesterday. Yeah, no. On Kuumba, that still got my head spinning. You know how people say, I did the research? Navita not only did the research, Navita pulled the research up and slapped me in the face with it. I love it. You know, sharpen, right? Because nobody playing with us. And with nobody. Peace out to Shaka C. Young Hasbury. The brothers are providing me with some of the music. We want to send shots out to him. Somebody else is on here. J. Raw, what? Lady DJ is on the what? Open, phone lines are open. Huh? Talk to me. Hey, she slapped me in the face. I'm like, well, nah, boom, black folks, boom, boom, boom. She singing as bro. I think I have a request for you to sing from my older brother. It's his birthday. I need you to come online and do a birthday song for my dude, man. Come on now. Come on. You roll your ass up out of bed. Because we don't want no dry, crusty voice singing for my brother. Shouts out to Lady J. Thank you for joining me. And feel free to call in. Lines open 614-556-5. If you have ancestors that you want to add it, call 614 text toast #daily toast to 614-75. Shaka, where you at, man? Come on now. You usually always by your phone. He's shy. Oh man. Oh, it ain't his fault, Kwame. It's my fault. He just totally hung up on me. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, wow. You know, hey. Lady J, call in. We could, we can have us a nice little discussion. Lady J in the house, and you yesterday. Brother Deshaun had to tell you about it. I know he had to tell you about it. I'm sitting up here like, yo, I'm Deshaun's hands now. Y'all, you know what meeting I'm talking about too. When I walked in the room and you wasn't there. I had no right, but I do have a right because I'm your older brother, and I am saying, as up in that meeting, I don't know what's going on. I hope everything is all right. Excuse, baby. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't know, something going on with Uber conference. Oh, there you go. All right. Oh, I'm still up. So Shaka, maybe it is you. Get up and sing my brother a happy birthday song, man. Actually, we might be able to turn this into a business. Okay, boy. Unsleeping One has joined us. Another one of the daily toasters. You know what I'm saying? As we say in the Gye-Nyame family, 100 years, family. 100 years. We have finished the toast, and I'm open to talk about what y'all want to talk about. I don't have a meeting until 1 o'clock. I'm just letting y'all know. Meeting at 1 o'clock. We got to talk about what we going in Columbus. And I'm always, hey, Columbus has done a lot of good work all over the country. It's just a kind of a shame that I honestly believe that we actually have an inferiority complex. You know what I'm saying? It's like, yo, fuck that. It's time for Columbus. Like I say a lot of times, Columbus, stand up. Stand up. You know what I'm saying? We can't keep on sitting down. Right now, the whole conscious community, we got a bunch of fools. You know, with y'all, that's my opinion. It's a bunch of fools. You know what I'm saying? I mean, and it's like, yo, will be on Thursday. That's 70 now. That's 70 push-ups. All right. That's on Umoja. Next week, I'll be sending out the text messages. Everybody that should be at that meeting. Talk about the Malcolm X Festival. We need to talk about, on the project table that we're going to do. No, that's, yeah, Ujima. Did I say Ujima? My fault. Ujima. Yeah. So, family, is up on the table. But, like I said, family, at some point in time, we're going to have to seriously sit down as a group. It don't even take a large group of us. We're going to start paying taxes. Because think about it. That's how every other country, nation does it. It's, taxes. And then eventually, after we build up enough income, we need to invest in something that we can control. And if we don't do nothing but go to Ghana or go to Africa, a big container of shea butter and be like, look, do like the mafia used to do back in the day. Look, but that you can't refuse. I understand that you have some needs for your body, and that you're ashy, and that until this container is gone, none of you in Columbus anything but the shea butter provided by Taiwan. Find you using shea butter, my friend here, Bobo, will break. You said it forcefully, correctly. It is that my way messaging is something. Oh, okay. All right, cool. And now, so you said it went, okay, yeah. Now I get it. But what I'm saying, boom. Something like that. But the whole point I'm saying is we have to start taxing ourselves, family. Taxing ourselves. Or you call it tithing, or do you want? I prefer the term tax because that sounds more, because I want us to start moving into as nation builders, we need to start moving into a more governmental mind state. Because that's what it's about. If we talking about building the nation, talking about building the government, and the government has to tax the people. You know what I'm saying? And actually, it ain't that the nation has to tax the people. It's that the people will give to the nation. It's time and time again. Perfect example during Kwanzaa. We're gonna have a shortfall. You know what I'm saying? Hell, we went beyond the shortfall. We was able to close the shortfall, and it ridiculously fast. Like every time we go to one of the every time we do the conversations, we raise money. You know what I'm saying? So the issue is we're already doing it. It's just that we have to recognize what we're doing and make it part of the responsibility of those that's coming in. Because in nation and in freedom, you got to pay to play. Freedom. Actually, we might need to change that. We might need to change the name of it. People think freedom is free. They free to do whatever they want, free to be involved with fuckery, but freedom has never been about that. Freedom is something that you have to be vigilant about protecting. Freedom is something you have to be stingy with, something that gives you the ability need to do. Most of us don't have the ability to do what we need to do. A lot of us think, well, I need to go to work. Well, working for somebody else that you really need to do. What you need to be doing is starting your own business, but you don't have time. And better, we need to be taking better care of our kids, but we don't have enough time to actually do. And if we was to take command of our life, if we was to take not just life as an individual, but life as a community, we will start seeing that we will start receiving time. We wouldn't be able to invest that time in the bullshit that we think that we would be doing. We would have to change our whole mind state, because now the free time we got is in a vigilant effort. What we got, Freedom, just like territory, has to be defended. And everybody on our territory needs to pay taxes. I'm just saying. Nation talk. That's real talk. You know what I'm saying? You can't have a nation if it ain't no economic lifeblood flowing. And money is one of the representation. Only one. No nation. Cooperative, no nation. So no unity. I know Kwame, but Kwame believes that if we get unity, all the other principles will fall in line. You know what I'm saying? But I honestly believe that part of that unity is bringing stuff together. Like in Gye-Nyame, we talk about the number one is the number system. 1 is interdependence, 2 is cooperation, 3 is communication, 4 is order, 5 is freedom, 6 is family, 7 is study, rest, and perfection, 8 is power, 9 is completion. Then the whole cycle start all over. And 0 is not a number. 0 is an entity. And with all that, I'm just going back to number 1. What is 1? 1 is interdependence. Interdependence is the number 1, where that true unity happens. Where's interdependence? We're not, right? But we're not totally dependent on, we're interdependent, which means that I bring my skills, you bring your skills, you bring your skills, we all bring, and we all become part of the engine that make the nation run. An intimate part, and each of us are preparing the next person to step in to our place in. So if I break down, get sick, if something happens to me, I got somebody ready to step into my place. Actually, I got at least 3 brothers right now. I got at least 3 brothers that could step up and do what I do and do it better. I ain't gonna tell them that though. You understand what I'm saying? And do it better. I mean, I walked in the room and I seen and I could see it. I walked into the school and I could see it. You know what I'm saying? Because this is where we go wrong with the education piece, right? Because we take our kids and we have to totally turn our kids over there, but we forgot about the apprenticeship was a major part of our education. Well, you got to follow around your master and learn what your master did firsthand. You ain't learned carpentry sitting down in no goddamn room. We ain't learned brick masonry sitting down in the room. We didn't even learn basic mathematics sitting down in the damn room. We learned it in action. We learned it by doing it, being corrected, messing up less. Cold-blooded, family. You know what I'm saying? Are cold-blooded. And we just have to realize it. We just have to plug into it. That's all we have to do. Check 1, check 2. That's all we have to do. The principles are inextricably connected, the one with the other. Hence, it is impossible for any one principle to generate the others. And that's me.
First participant on the call. Please hold while we wait for the others to join.
The principles are interdependent. As you said yesterday, are one. When we master one of them, see, and this was crazy, because when I think about it, when we master one, because you can't talk about self-determination without talking about unity. You can't talk about self-determination without collective work and responsibility. You can't talk about self-determination without cooperative economics. You can't talk about self-determination without purpose. You can't talk about self-determination. You can't talk about self-determination We could do each one of the principles like that. The interdependence of our principles is where we might be missing the whole goddamn boat. If we master one, we master all. Cold-blooded. You know what I'm saying? Mathematician, Brother Kwame, to bring that out. The man from the Keechler bloodline. That is the whole of the truth. So help us, Amun. Right? Amun is satisfied. Come on, family. Why y'all acting shy? I know y'all ain't shy. On the right there. Go and give it a call. Because, you know, if not, hang up and say good morning. Let's see how long. Let's make sure Spreaker is still working. Spreaker's live too. Dang, and it's still working. The lines are open. 5564535 for an hour and 56 minutes. I told you I can run my mouth all this. I was born for this. You know how people talk? I was born for this. You know what I'm saying? Born with a mic. I might have had one. The white man probably took it before anybody in my family saw it. I was born with a mic. The white man, you know what I'm saying? So, hey, I got my mic back. Look, here we go. I got my mic back. On with it. You know what I'm saying? And really think about this, family. This is part of the system tied to who we are. So we have to be able to develop the skills to put back together. We got to be like the hunter yesterday that I talked about. You know what I'm saying? The carpenter. You know what I'm saying? In the story I told yesterday, a wizard needed a team. He went out, he got himself a hunter, he got himself a thief, a hunter, and a carpenter. And he wanted to see how skilled they were. And he told the thief, he said, I want you to see the hen over there. And I want you to steal an egg without the hen knowing. That he would slide his hand up under the chicken's butt and pull one of her eggs without the chicken. So the hunter proved my skills. So the hunter took the egg and put it a long distance away and went back with his arrow. Turned around, shot the egg, broke the egg. And the carpenter said, well, I'm going to show my skill. So the carpenter ran up and grabbed the pieces of the egg and put the damn egg, built the egg back together. Had his team, right? That's how we are. We got to be able to put those pieces together. We got to be like that hunter. We got to have the skill to hit. We got to be like that thief. Sometimes I got to be able to pull the egg from up under the ass without the chicken knowing. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes we got to do that. Sometimes we got to be the wizard. Be wise enough, because the root word of wizard, worker of wisdom. That's what a wizard is. Your whole life you've been running from that, huh? Wisdom. Worker of wisdom. So, to a fool, a wise man, able to produce magic. You know. All right, so somebody else on the line. Who else on the line? 556-4535. Brother Shaka to come on, but I guess he ain't coming on. Brother Kwame, a birthday song. I don't know. Maybe he writing a Brother Kwame. What I'm gonna do is I'm about to get up. I gotta make sure my daughters are ready. And gonna hit these screech. Family, I want to wish you peace, power, 100 years. This is Brother Hatim, and I am out. You all first today. All right. Peace, YouTube.